That's that's one of the things I've got to where I've got so much King stuff and probably like yourself and of course I walk every day and when the team's going good, I'm a front runner.
Sure.
So I got all my King's gear
Sure.
on, and all that. I'm
Yeah.
out there prancing,
Sure.
puffed up like a little toad.
Yeah.
And then, when it's going like it has been so often, then
Yeah.
you won't find any,
Yeah.
I'll just kind of hide.
People look at you. Yeah, I find when they're losing and I'm wearing King's gear, people talk to me like I'm in an old folks home. They're like, "Hey, so good to be a fan of them, huh?" They're talking to me like I'm 4 years old, and we have a team. They have uniforms and everything.
But it is amazing. I think we've talked about this before. I mean, how nice fans are.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I go to Safeway or something,
Yeah.
grocery shop, and they'll want to come up and ask me questions.
Yeah.
And they said, like, oh, we don't want to offend you, but you probably are tired about talking. I said, no, I never get tired about talking basketball.
Sure.
I don't know anything else.
Right.
I had no life.
Right.
So yeah,
Right.
ask away. But I mean, they're
That's
so
great.
I mean, there's always been there's always a one or two.
Sure.
Bad
apples.
Bad apples. I mean, that's by
Yeah.
nature. But overall, just really
Oh, they're great.
delightful people. That's I think they just deserve so much better. That's the only problem.
This place, I mean, we saw it in the early 2000s when we were on the cusp.
Oh, boy.
I'm biased. I just don't know of another city that would go absolutely on its head like this one for a championship team.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's a great question. I mean, I always said it reminds me of just growing up in Indiana, the love of basketball in that state and every high school and college. I
Sure.
mean, it's just unique. A religion, kind of like Texas football or
Yeah.
something, a very similar type thing. And I said, but you've had that here with since professional level from day one. And
Yeah.
and I'm sure your father remember. I mean, the team coming in the little arena,
Oh,
and
yeah.
all that. And I've always said there's never been an atmosphere before or since in the NBA like that building.
No.
10,333. And I mean, I always remember once as an assistant coach with Bill Russell, and Willis Reed was the other assistant. And back in those days, two was the most you had. But I think it's the second game of the year, and we were Milwaukee was just pummeling us at home. We were down 34 with about 8 minutes to go. And I think we made a basket, and fans were, they were chanting like, and Bill turned to me and said, Don't they know that we're not going to win?
We didn't care.
I said, I think they know that. They don't care. They just want to see this team play better. And I said, it's just a remarkable thing.
I was 7 when they came out here. Just old, that the golden years for, I think, sports for any little boys, 7 to 13, 14, where you really, your childhood heroes are playing. And those were some of my first memories. I remember the very first game, and we played the Clippers at home, and Derek Smith beat us. I remember, so in my room at my parents' house, I made an entire wall, which was nothing but wallpaper my dad would get done with the paper, because God forbid I touch the sports page before he's done with it.
Well, that's the way it should be, too.
But at night,
at that time,
when he was done, he was moved on to the crossword. I finally got the sports page, and I would take scissors. My mom got me, and I would very carefully cut out the headline and the picture, and my entire wall was nothing but mostly losses, but Kings cutouts. And I still remember, up until we moved them out about 4 years ago from that house, the very first headline was Coronation Clipped. And it was a picture of Derek Smith and a couple other Kings in there. And then just moving on through the memories growing up, like you said, 10-3-33, the first Interstate Bank ads on the wall. I forgot that. Yeah. The baby blues and obviously all the ups and downs we had. But I went back there and looked, just a few years ago, and everything from coach from Larry Bird missing the free throws.
There's two of them.
Two of them.
Two of them. I think it's about the only time in his career.
My God, the roof came off.
Yeah.
From the highs like that to, of course, Ricky Berry, Bobby Hurley. The trades, just seeing all the ups and downs.
Yeah, the good, the bad, and the ugly, so to speak.
Couldn't root for anybody else.
Yeah, no,
it's part of the fabric of the city.
I mean, I would say, yeah, there's so many memories there. Like Greg Lucasville going up during a rainstorm.
Oh my goodness, and the flannel.
Yeah, and I was, I said, he's going to fall and go splat.
Yeah.
And but that was I was coaching that. And I said, tried to stop the
Right.
the rain, and did. I mean, there's a leak in the roof.
It worked.
A whole bit.